Welcome to Virtual City Hall School. Today I'm out in Ward 4 with Councillor Paquette. You want to say good morning?
Good morning.
Great,
How are you?
And we also have student reporter Evan.
Good morning.
Thank you both for joining us. At City Hall School, we learn that counselors have an important job, and their job is to listen, to learn, and decide. And the decisions they make give us a great quality of life. Councillor Paquette has told us that he really enjoys meeting people in the city and finding out their passions and their interests and what they're caring about. He also is, before he was a councillor, was an award-winning author and also artist. He also has told us that cinnamon buns are pretty important to him. He thinks that should be a special type of food. And his first job was delivering newspapers. So that's some things I know about Councillor Paquette. I'm going to turn it over to Evan and we'll find out some more.
Councillor Paquette, I'd like to ask you, what is the most rewarding part of your job?
That's easy. The most rewarding part of my job is knowing that when I make good decisions, it means good things happen for people and their lives get a little bit better.
That's really nice. Okay, the second question is, what is the biggest challenge you face?
That is a very good question. There are many challenges. If I had to pick one or two biggest challenges, I think they might be that sometimes you might be passionate about something and really want something to happen, but there are other people who are just as passionate who want almost the opposite thing to happen. And so the challenge is, how do you find a way to work together and come to an agreement? And that's not always easy, but when you get there, it feels really, really good.
What did you want to be when you were my age?
When I was your age, I didn't have any idea at all about who I wanted to be or what I wanted to be. I just wanted to be out in the sunshine. I wanted to have fun with my friends, and that's pretty much all I was thinking about. If I thought about the future, it just seemed so big and overwhelming, and I had no idea what I should even hope for. You know, back when I was your age, Evan, we thought in the year 2000, we would have flying cars and be living on Mars, but that didn't happen. So at your age, I just wanted to do the best I could. I really loved school, and I just wanted to do a good job, and that's about it.
Did you even have like the slightest idea that you were going to be a counselor?
Not at all. You know, I remember, because I grew up in the suburbs, looking far, far off into the distance, and there were the little buildings of downtown. And I thought, what kind of people work there? Who would ever work there? I can't even understand that, because my family was very poor. We didn't have a lot of money. And also we didn't understand about how a city worked or anything like that. So to be at City Hall today and to be able to help people who range from very, very rich to very, very poor is something I never would have imagined.
The fourth question is, what 3 words would you use to describe a great leader?
Oh, okay. Now, this is just my personal opinion, but I think a great leader needs to listen, needs to be compassionate, which means they understand not just with their head, but also with their heart. And I think a great leader needs to decide that what they do, instead of bringing out anger and fear and hate and dissatisfaction, I think a great leader brings out hope and confidence and vision so that people can become the best version of themselves every single day.
That's really great. Okay. The 5th question is, during this time of isolation, what is something that brings you joy?
During this time of isolation, what I really enjoy is spending time with my family, going for walks in the neighborhood and talking to people at a safe distance. And I really enjoy how the pace has slowed down a little bit because, ironically, I'm getting more work done than ever. So there's something to think about there.
I think everyone's enjoying the break.
Yes.
The question number 6 are, there are so many caring citizens in our city. Tell us about some of the YEG Cares examples that you've seen in your ward.
Oh, you know, there's a Facebook group. Actually, there's a couple focused on the north side where people who need help or who have ideas come together. And so one of the things I saw was that there was some folks who were seniors or elders, and they didn't know how to access food or information or things that they were used to getting because of things slowing down and being locked down a little bit. And folks from these groups came together and they helped these seniors out. They created a way to help as many seniors as possible. And the second thing is, there is a mosque on this side of the city that has done enormous amounts of work in creating care packages for our vulnerable populations or people who need it, that include the basic necessities that a person needs that they can't access right now. So those are a couple of good examples of people just coming together. And, you know, the individual efforts are awesome and amazing, and we'll see news stories about them. But what really has a huge impact, even above and beyond the individual efforts, are when we all work together. And when we work together, we do more than just what we can do alone. It's when two people come together, they can do more work than just two people alone. And so when hundreds or thousands of people come together, they can do better and more work than just even two people together. So it's pretty amazing how our efforts magnify, and I'm going to say the big word, exponentially, the more we gather together.
The final question is, what do you hope we will all learn or take away from this experience? And what advice would you give for children like me?
Okay, well, one thing I hope we learn is the value and the importance of being together. Whether we can do it physically, which right now we can't, but we can still get together like we're getting together right now. We can reach out and connect to each other. And I think that people have been doing that more than ever. And the other valuable thing we can learn is that we are all in this together. There is no way that any of us can do it alone. When everything's up and running and all the systems are firing and the city is go, 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 it probably feels to people like they can do it on their own and that they have done it on their own. But once those systems slow down, we see how much we really need each other. And you had a second part to your question.
Yeah, it's what advice would you give to children like me?
Well, I try not to give advice, but if I had to, I think that advice would be to learn as much as you can with your head, learn as much as you can with your heart. Use 2 ears more than one mouth, and to make sure that you create a way of life for yourself, even if it's just inside how you think and feel, that helps you feel healthy and strong. Because if you do that, then you can more capably help other people. But you've got to make sure that you're okay first, because it's just like on an airplane. I don't know if you've ever been on an airplane, but if you are, they'll instruct you that if the gas masks come down from the airplane and you're an adult, you put yours on first, and then you put yours on the person next to you. Because in a situation like that, we might think we've got to help the other person first because we're selfless. But you might run out of air before you can help someone else. So you do what you can for yourself so that you're strong, then you can help someone else.
Yeah, that's nice.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that great interview, Evan. Great job with the questions, and Councillor Paquette, some inspiring answers. When students come to City Hall School, they inevitably run into Councillor Paquette as he seems to seek out students and loves to chat with them. So my students get a chance to meet him and talk with him, but they also see the artistic side of him when they go to the Grandin LRT station, yes, and they also are at the Royal Alberta Museum. So my challenge today is an artistic one. I'm challenging you to get creative and think of doing some art. We know that art can tell a story. We know that art helps us with a chance to show our emotions and feelings. Sometimes we can't find the words for them. And perhaps during this time of isolation, you have a whole kaleidoscope of feelings that you're feeling. And I'd like to challenge you today to get those out in art, whether it's sidewalk art or painting or crayons or something. Get creative and show us how you're feeling. Councillor Paquette and Evan and I would love to see what you come up with. So you're welcome to take a picture and send it to us at cityhallschool@edmonton.ca. We'd love to take a peek at that. So thank you again for your time. Goodbye, Councillor Paquette.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Evan.
Bye.